What do Christian girls find attractive and what do they find unattractive? If you're a single guy right now, you're probably asking yourself a similar question. Now, some guys, they go overboard into this type of thinking and they're constantly trying to conform their lives, personalities, traits into what might be the perfect formation to get a girl to like you. I don't think that's the right way to approach it, and that's not what this video is about. What I've noticed is we get a lot of mixed messages as men about what women find attractive. And the thing is, you can definitely contort yourself and your personality, your actions, your behavior in a way to get a girl to like you. But at the end of the day, you want to get the right girl to like you. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 of the most unattractive things according to Christian women that I've heard from and that have given their input on this. And to be honest with you, when I was a single guy, I struggled with these things heavily. So hopefully this video will help you deal with those things right off the bat. Not only because you want to attract the right girl, but you want to become the man that God created you to be. So some of this introspection I think is going to be helpful. Now, the first quality that Christian women find unattractive is self-deprecation. Self-deprecation here. The problem is that I was case A, B, C on what it looked like to be self-deprecating, especially in my teen years. Like I remember there was a time that I played basketball on a team and I loved playing basketball, but I would always be so self-deprecating. And I don't know why. I thought it was like a form of humility. But people would be, they'd say something and I'd be like, yeah, I'm trash. Like, I'm terrible. No, I just throw up bricks all the time. It's like, and I don't know. I think it was just a complete lack of confidence. I thought it gave me some sense of like humility. Maybe it drew some attention to myself. I wanted that attention. I would do this a lot, not only with, guys in my life, but also with girls too, kind of deprecating myself, kind of pushing myself down as if that was a virtue in some way. Now, what I came to realize is that it's not humility at all. It's actually insecurity disguised as virtue. It's me tearing myself down because, oh, I'm so virtuous, but it's actually, I'm super insecure. I don't have a lot of confidence. And I'm using this as a tool to get other people's affirmation. By me tearing myself down, they're going to reply with, oh no, Isaac, actually, you're great at this. No, Isaac, you're awesome. And that's what I craved. So you can understand why this is so unattractive for a woman coming into your life, because all of a sudden they are the person that constantly needing to feed your sense of acceptance and security and confidence. You're going to be like, I suck at, providing for this family. I suck as a husband. Me and my wife, we do this thing sometimes where, I'll get into the self-deprecation and she'll reply to me, oh yeah, and you're the worst husband ever. And it's silly, but it reminds me, I'm like, Isaac, you're using your self-deprecation as a means to get attention and affirmation. And that shouldn't be how it should go. I'll get back to the video in a second, but for the vast majority of my life, skincare was an afterthought. Then I met my wife and I wanted to be more intentional about taking care of my skin. But every product I tried made my skin more oily or dried it out. It was looking pretty rough on camera. But over the last few months, I've been using Tige Hanley. It finds that balance that I've been looking for. Their level 1 system makes it super easy, less than 2 minutes a day. You get a face wash to keep your skin clean, an exfoliating scrub to clear out your pores, an AM moisturizer with SPF for daytime protection, and a PM moisturizer to keep your skin hydrated overnight. I've been using Tige Hanley for a bit, and honestly, it's easy to use, and it fits into my busy schedule. Because Tige Hanley is sponsoring this video, they're hooking you up with a great deal. Click the link below to get up to 40% off your first box, plus a free gift worth $20. Trust me, take care of your skin. You'll be thankful you did. Thanks to Tige Hanley for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back into the video. In those moments when I'm tearing myself down, I'm really wanting my wife to build me up. But you know what that is? It's manipulation. What we as guys need to be grounded in is confidence through God, not putting our confidence and affirmation and sense of self and self-worth based on other people's ability to give us feedback and build us up, but rather in who God says we are as men, part of his royal priesthood, created in his image, sons of God. Now, I'm not going to pretend that that's an easy process or a short process at all, but take today as the first step in realizing that you can't be continuing to get, fill up your cup from other people. You need to get that from God. One simple practice is to recognize those moments where you are self-deprecating. Take a step back and correct yourself. Tell a friend that's in your life to call you out when you start going down this pity party. The second quality that's really unattractive is victim mentality. victim mentality. Feeling sorry for yourself. Now, for me, I grew up in a Christian homeschooled household, right? I grew up with 7 other siblings. I didn't go to public school. I didn't have that kind of like the teenage dating thing. I didn't have as much experience socially with girls. And I felt like that was a real hindrance to me and my development as a man and my ability to talk to women. And I would feel sorry for myself. I would be like, wow, you know what? It's because I was born in this situation and I didn't get many opportunities to know how to socialize or talk to girls. And that's why it's so hard for me. You see this mentality pretty consistently in the nice guy community where guys will fixate on statistics like, 80% of girls will only go after 20% of guys. And I'm not disputing that that's accurate, but when you're constantly feeling sorry for yourself, then when you actually meet that girl that's interested in you, you're insufferable to her because you're not able to shake off feeling sorry for yourself and you're expecting them to reject you. You know what? Actually, me feeling sorry for myself is holding me back. It's not hurting anyone else except myself. It is literally self-sabotage. Look, I don't know your life story. I'm sure you've been through some hard things. You have some disadvantages. I'm sure that's true, right? But we all have the things in our life that we wish we could change or we feel like we were behind in. But you got to trust that God put you in this situation and gave you your upbringing for a reason, to develop you into the certain kind of man that he wants you to be. The third quality is laziness. Now, I know some guys might actually dispute me on this because they see guys that are kind of lazy. They have no vision for their life. They have no mission. They might even be living with their parents or they live in a broken down old apartment. And it seems like they are getting a lot of ladies, right? They're, oh man, the ladies really like him. Maybe he's kind of a bad boy, but here's what I've recognized, okay? The guy that doesn't really have a mission or a vision and he's kind of lazy and he's not really dedicated to anything, sure, he might attract a certain kind of worldly girl that just wants kind of that spontaneity and that risk factor and kind of that bad boy lifestyle. But for you guys, you're not looking for that type of girl. The truth is that even those girls that are into that guy, when it gets serious, when there's needs to be a ring and a wedding and a marriage and kids and a job, that becomes a lot more of a contentious situation because finally that girl needs that guy to man up, but he doesn't have the capability to do it. So sure, in the honeymoon phase, a girl might not care. But trust me, as the relationship gets more serious and reality begins to hit you, she needs you to be dedicated. She needs you to be a hard worker. Now, I try to keep in mind that I'm not just working hard for my wife or, even when I wasn't married, that I'm working hard to attract a woman. That's not my primary goal. My primary goal, as it says in the Bible, is that I would glorify God, that I would work for God and not just for man. Practically, what does it mean to not be lazy? This can look like just a few small changes in your life. Begin to wake up a little bit earlier. Maybe you're waking up at 7 a.m. right now. Wake up an hour earlier. Create a plan, a 3 to 5 year plan of what you're going to do and hold to that plan. Create actionable steps, small steps that can get you to where you want to be. Break your phone addiction. Turn it off when you're trying to do work, when you're trying to focus, when you're trying to study, when you're trying to work. Turn that thing off. Quality number 4 that is unattractive is boastfulness. Maybe you see some guys like I do and they're just full of themselves. They're constantly needing to spout off about how, competent they are at this or how much money they make here or how much they work. And I used to think, I used to encounter somebody like this. I'm like, wow, they're so confident. Like, wow, they're up to so much. And it would make me insecure. But the reality is that boastfulness is flowing out of their insecurity. It's kind of the opposite side of self-deprecation. It's like instead of tearing myself down so other people build me up, I'm going to build myself up so other people think that I'm really awesome and they give me that affirmation too. Now, there might be some guys that it's not all about insecurity. It just might be about self-deception. They really do think they're all that and a bag of chips. The godly girl might put up with that for a second just to kind of see what's going on. But once she sees the heart of it, man, she's out. The last really repulsive quality to women is no intentionality, or Playing games. This feels like a core fundamental to modern secular dating is no intentionality, no communicating expectations, no boundaries. It's just about what I can get when I need to get it with no real desire to protect her heart. You're playing games with it. Oh yeah, I really like you when I want to use you. And when I don't want to use you, I don't really like you anymore. Leave me alone. Here's the deal, straight up. A real man can communicate his expectations and communicate his intentions. Hey, I'm interested in you. I'd like to get to know you more. Do you want to go out sometime? Let's go out for a cup of coffee. How does that sound? You go on a few days. It's going well. You say, hey, you know what? I've really enjoyed our time spending together and I want to go to the next level. Do you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend? I really think that this relationship, I'd like to see it go towards marriage. That's my heart behind it. And so I just want this time for us to continue to get to know each other. I think we should meet each other's parents to see if we might be a good match for marriage. Maybe you go on a few dates and you're not interested. Hey, I really enjoyed getting to know you and I appreciate the time that we spent together and you seem like a really awesome person. I just don't think that we should continue on in pursuing this relationship. You can probably say it better than me, but at least communicate your expectations and intentions, please. They will thank you for it, and that is super attractive. I would love to hear from you fellas. What is one unattractive quality that you've heard from ladies in your life that you want to share with us in the comments? Thanks so much for watching, fellas, and until next time, keep pursuing the mission.